That is not a satisfying feeling. But you know what is? Our top 5 list. Let's eat.
Excuse me, I need a
My spoon is too big.
Spoon with me, dude.
All right, let's get into the cream. Who wants to start us off? Satisfying feelings, anything that satisfies you. I'm mad at you, so you're gonna start us.
I'm not starting.
You
Mine's
don't wanna
good.
start? Oh, you like yours?
I like my number 5.
I'll start.
I don't want to hear him talk no more.
I do.
My number 5, I went with most satisfying feeling is waking up 2 to 3 hours before your alarm and then knowing that you can fall back asleep and you have more time.
My number 5, right there.
Is it really?
What a way to start. I'm pumped.
I
still
not
mad at
my
me?
Number 5.
No, I'm a little more happy.
Yeah.
I do like that one though.
That's
That
a
is
good one. You know, it's like you wake up and you don't even have to like, you just like see that it's 5 o'clock and you have to be up at 8. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's like, oh yeah, that's nice.
I mean, especially like I don't know. It took me back to like say like you have your first day of like practice for football, your first day of like high school or whatever, and you're so worried about going to bed on time so you can wake up early. Because I mean I don't know about you guys, but I suck at waking up early. But then you wake up and you're like scared. You're like, oh crap, I woke up so late. I'm not gonna make it. And then you look at the clock and it's like,
It's that relief, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's something about it.
it's so great.
it's nice. That's a good one.
I mean, that's my number 5. It's not, you said it all. It's such a great feeling.
It really is.
Good number 5, Skip. I agree with your number
Good number
5.
5.
So my number 5, it's kind of a personal one.
I hate that you're smirking already.
It's when I have a silent fart and it smells, and I get to see everybody else's reaction. Nothing feels better, and especially when you're in a car. You're driving in a car.
No!
Yeah, oh, it's the best. Nothing is better. I've never laughed so hard in my life than when you're just driving and everyone's just having a nice talk, and then you have like somebody like Eli in the back seat. What in the world that is horrible. He's just yelling and everything. I just start crying, laughing.
Is it bad that as soon as you said that, I thought of Eli? And I was like, I hate it when I'm in the car with him. But at the same time, the joy that comes over my face through you when like I'm in like the back and he's a little closer and I hear him and I hear Eli just say like, what is that? And then I'm like, okay, Sam got him. And then I already go and the windows are already locked. I can't do nothing about it. I know my fate, but at least we got him.
Yeah, it's the best. Nothing beats a reaction from a good smelling fart. I'm just saying, you know?
Wow. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So,
But I like it.
let me ask you, do you enjoy the smell?
Kinda. Sometimes, like, I'm not gonna lie. I can feel it when it comes out. I'm like, dang, that stinks. That's gonna stink. And then I get the smell and the whiff, and I'm like, that smells horrible. But I like it a little bit. I'm like, that's all right with me. I like that smell.
Yeah, sometimes.
There's like a science behind it where like you enjoy the smell of your own farts.
Love your own brew, baby. I do.
You just said that on camera, didn't you?
What?
That's a sentence that came out of your
Yeah,
mouth.
it is.
Quote it.
Enjoy your own brew.
So number 4, I can't. I honestly, I think number 5 might just be my number 1. I mean, it's the best one. But for number 4, I put discovering an old song when it comes on the radio that you
An
love.
old good song.
Like yeah, that you really loved, or it comes on the radio, Pandora station, playlist, whatever you want to play.
Apple, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to say. But yeah, finding that old song that you really love.
Funny you mentioned that. My song of the week was That's What Happened. I just
Oh,
listen to an oldie,
I'm excited to hear.
but a
about
goodie.
I think that's basically what happened with my first song of the week, where it was kind of just like I didn't have a song of the week at that point, and then as I was driving like the day before, I was like, I forgot about that song. But yeah, it's
a great feeling.
good feeling.
Yeah, because then you listen to it and you just like start jamming out. It's the best.
It's kind of like my song of the week this week too. So good 4.
Yeah, nice.
What about my number 5? Is that good too?
Bad 5.
Oh.
Bad 5. Thumbs down. All right.
Kind of stunk.
That's a good one.
My number 4, I'm going with getting someone the perfect gift. When you are able to give somebody a gift for like Christmas time's right around the corner. When you're able, and I love Christmas, I love getting gifts. It's great to like unwrap presents, like wow, thanks. But like when you buy somebody else a gift, and then you have like that like, not really stress, but like that feeling of like, man, I want to keep it a surprise. I want them to like it. And then when like they unwrap it and they're like, wow, this is a nice gift. That's a good feeling.
That is a good
I enjoy the feeling of giving a gift to someone and them enjoying it.
Great feeling.
Yeah, giving is way better than receiving.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty satisfying. It satisfies me.
Yeah. I sort of the other side of that coin is the stress that making sure you get the perfect gift.
I think that's
that does.
with it.
I think the best satisfying feelings also come from like at least two other ones I have on my list.
For stress. Yeah.
Have a lot of stress, and then just the like, breaking through that
Years.
stress and like having to overcome the stress and then having that like weight lifted off your shoulder. I have at least two more on my list that are like that. So I don't know. I just like that feeling because there's also nothing worse than giving a bad gift and like when you give it to someone they don't like it.
Yeah.
So like.
But like, what if your like intentions are to be a bad gift? Like,
Then it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Then it's good. So I got my neighbor. We did like a Secret Santa with our neighbors, and the first year we did it, or one of the first years, I had the mom who's a teacher, and I got her a coffee mug, and as she was opening her gift, she was like, I'll tell you what, as a teacher, all I ever get are coffee mugs. Like, I literally have 1 million coffee mugs at home I never use. And then she opens it and it was a coffee mug. And it was pretty funny at the time, so it was kind of worth it. But like, giving a bad gift sucks, so that's why giving a good gift is just so great.
Yeah.
Agreed. With my number 4, I went with something that we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, and that's snow, specifically untouched snow. Like right when it all falls and it's like in your front yard and there's no footprints in it, there's no it's not all like black from like the tires or the street crew. It's untouched, just blanket white, perfectly level somehow snow.
I like them when it's like a little like drift.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, when you can see like the wind brush it off.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful sight.
It really is.
And then even like to go along with that, like that first crack of snow that you step in, like when you're the one that makes the first one, that's a good one.
That's what I was gonna say. Like after you said that, like what about this feeling when you first make the first imprint, like in the snow?
It's a good one.
Satisfying.
It's cool. It's a good one. I like your pick.
Making
I
like
like
a snow cone out of it.
Yeah. Number 3, me. Number 3, I went with also sort of Christmas themed, gift themed, but specifically before you give them the gift and before you wrap the gift, it's when you're getting out the wrapping paper and you cut it, that wrapping paper scissor glide, baby. That is just, there's nothing better, and you don't feel more on top of the world than just a shh.
It's a lot of power right there.
It's an honorable mention for me. That's a good one.
The wrapping paper scissor glide. I mean, I don't need to specify anymore.
That's a good
I think
feeling.
you got it. I think everyone's done it. Everyone who's wrapped.
Everyone knows what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
And then it's another thing where like you try it and then like it doesn't work and you get like the jagged lines in there. That's why the clean ones are just so. All right, I guess that means it is my turn. My number 3, we're going with when you pull. And this is kind of going back to you with your whole music thing. It's more of a 2-parter. So I guess you guys can call me out for cheating here if you want, but it's either A, when you turn to a radio station just as a song starts, so like you catch literally like the intro to the song, don't miss a beat, because like you got to hear those first couple seconds. You can't miss out on those first couple seconds. So when you get that, but also when you pull in the driveway immediately as your song ends. Just the timing of that. So both of those, I think the first one's better than the second, but I enjoy both of them.
I thought you were gonna go with the route of like when you flip to a radio station and it plays a song you like really really like or like you wanted to hear all day. And I was like, that's a good one.
Well, even when it's a song you wanted to hear, but as soon as you catch it from the beginning,
yeah.
that's the best part.
I'm at the point in my life where I haven't listened to the radio in probably 6 years. So
I love the fun.
I always put my phone on and I play exactly what I want, or I like will do like a shuffled playlist to like find new music or just play random music. But I have never once in the last 6 years used the radio with like all the ads and starting and stopping songs. Like I want to listen to songs when I want to listen to them. So the first one I don't really agree with, but the second one, that is nice, and that's the one I more relate to.
Yeah, that's why I put both on there, because there's a lot of people that don't listen to radio. I normally won't listen to radio, but then like there's some times when I'm just like, there's a lot of times when my phone's dead, so I can't. That happens to me a lot. I don't know about you guys.
I like listening to the radio. It's fun. I mean, like you just hear songs you normally don't like play all the time. Like you know, like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I got it set up on my radio where it has like the 5 stations that I would listen to, like right on the thing, so you can click on them and go through, and it's always like commercial, bad song. I guess I'll listen to that most of the time. But then when you do catch a good one, then it's good.
Nice, yeah. My number 3 is simply winning. Nothing feels better than winning. Like, winning a game,
Winning darts.
winning darts,
It's a good feeling.
Winning the Golden Spoon, winning that state playoff game like we did. Like just winning, and it's just a great feeling. I can't explain it other than that. I mean, we've all won. We've all had a chance to feel winning, and it feels great. And I think the reason why it's so high on my list is because the other side of it sucks so much. Like losing is awful, but when you finally get that win, it's great.
I would say, for me to be like perfect, so like Skips was like giving the perfect gift, and like he's right, because sort of like the stress of not giving a good gift sort of builds up, and then when you do give that good gift, it's like that's what makes it so satisfying. Is for me winning a fair game, like when there's a game that's like, I don't know, like in the NFL, like the Rams and was it Rams and Packers?
Yeah, they're 2 top teams right now.
Or in the NFC playoffs with the
For what?
like the pass interference.
Oh,
that
the
was
Rams Saints.
Rams Saints, like that, like winning that game is like, like it kind of sucks because you probably shouldn't have got that call or those but winning like a fair matchup, like those types of games, and then also sometimes like when I'm playing basketball against like Caden or something and I beat him, it's like sometimes, but so I agree, like a football game, like evenly matched, great win. Are all those things, but I think winning, there's like, I guess for me at least, there has to be some limitations, because if it's like completely unfair, or I'm just like completely outmatched a person, then it's like
I disagree. I still think it's fun. I mean, even when you're over, like if you're like the top dog and like you're facing the worst seed, nothing feels better than still getting a win.
I couldn't disagree more on that one.
I love it. It's the best feeling, because and then it makes all that hard work that you've done paid off. Like all that hard work makes it worth something when you win.
But what if it's not hard work?
But it is though. Like think about
it. Not everything, but like I think I get where you're coming from. Just the sense of winning something, it's always great.
No, but like that, I mean, anything takes hard work. Think about it. Beating Caden, like you have to learn how to play or shoot a basketball.
I think you could beat Caden without shooting basketball.
I'm just saying, like everything takes.
Even well, I'm gonna disagree with this, because what about the casino? Nothing better than putting money in a slot, pulling the lever, and winning all the money. That's a great feeling.
That is a great feeling.
That's a good. That's a satisfying. You do know that feeling. Yeah. That's a satisfying feeling.
Yeah,
I don't think it takes
much work. It does take much work, because you have to get that money somehow.
You're right, and there's the risk of losing that money.
Yeah,
that's stressful.
Or if you were given that money.
Okay, I mean that was also given to you by somebody else though. So like,
hey,
that person.
That's not hard work. Is my point. Or like me playing Caden, like, I mean, I don't know, like a good example of like, but I mean.
I disagree, because everything takes work and it's definitely
some
hard.
people are just naturally skilled at things.
I agree that there's no
such. But you had to learn how to do that.
But
so that's
learning
what makes
and hard
work,
I don't think are the same thing.
Yes, but they are though. Like hard work comes with learning. Yes.
I don't think you need to work hard to learn.
I think I agree that there's no such thing as a free lunch, but I also think that there are just some things in life that you can win without really like but without hard work being put into it.
I disagree.
I mean, right now, if you're at a football game and the opening, like who gets the ball first is decided by a coin flip, you can win that. It's a great feeling winning that coin flip, but you're putting zero work into that other than saying heads or tails. Sometimes you don't even get to say heads or tails.
I mean, you got to look deeper into it, though. I mean, like, they had to put all that work into practice to get to that point to play in the game, to be the captain, to call heads or tails.
I think you've lost me here.
How, though?
that line of saying that it's hard work to call heads or tails. I
mean,
think that's
it is
a stretch.
I know, but it is.
What
though.
about rock paper scissors?
Okay, you have to think about what you have to be strategically think about what you're gonna play. And
But there's still no hard work put into that.
why you had to learn what rock paper scissors.
I think you're
is,
using this word "learn" as like that means you're putting hard
I think-
work, and I don't agree that that's
At
true.
the same time, you're
Yes.
also using the word hard in there. If it wasn't for the
Yeah,
word
There are some
work is-
people that don't learn like they can't learn. So when you have the ability to learn, you have like that is hard work.
Well, what I'm saying is some people don't have to work hard to learn things.
I disagree. I think that they still have to work hard.
I'm gonna have to agree
Disagree.
with Logan on this. I don't know.
That's fair.
I guess at the same time though, like, because your argument could basically be like, if you want to win a game of rock paper scissors, you first have to be born and then survive 21 years of life,
I mean,
like eating, not getting mauled by bears or getting.
yeah.
like,
I mean, that's hard work.
you have to do 21 years
Is
of
it
life
not?
just for us to do this right here.
Is it not hard work?
Scissors, shoot. You win. There was no. I mean, that was literally the least amount of effort I've ever seen put into anything, and he had the satisfaction. Of,
Yeah.
I know work. I agree. Hard work. I don't agree, and I mean I don't agree if I'm 100. If I go out and play Caden in tennis right now, like Caden is a 9-year-old, right? For people who don't know, and I beat him 0-0. He doesn't get a single point on me. I'm not gonna feel good, because I should win.
I mean, yeah, because you put hard work to be good at tennis.
But no, it doesn't matter. Like if I did or didn't, he's 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat him regardless.
Okay, well, yeah,
But no,
Still
but that's
feels-
so that but that doesn't matter. It's still like I should win, so I don't feel as good. Like I agree. Like when you put in the hard work and I beat somebody at the college level, that's an amazing feeling. Like it's awesome, and I agree with you. But I was just saying some wins, I don't feel as, and that's why I was saying at a fair level, because that's not a fair level, and it feels like it's like yeah I won, but like what? Who am I proving myself to in this situation? That's what I was saying.
you're proving that all the work that you put into it is, I mean, it's value. Like,
Yeah, but not when I'm playing a 9-year-old.
okay, but what if you didn't put in all that work and you're just there? Like you have the same skill level as the 9-year-old.
No, I think a 30-year-old who's never even touched a tennis racket in their life could beat a 9-year-old in tennis.
What if it was an infant?
Okay. I mean,
I think
play an infant.
I think you're.
But that's my point.
I think you're going to the extremes here.
that's
but
well,
I
no,
also
you have to.
I
And
have
that's
to
what
agree.
I'm saying is like
Yeah.
because what I'm saying is like it's set and finite, and you're saying it is those extremes, like everything under the sun. Winning
Wow.
is fine. Winning is good.
I think if
So if I play if a 30-year-old who's never played tennis before goes out and on the other side is an infant with a racket sitting next to them and they beat them.
then they should feel good about that. That's a
Well,
win.
but that's not, there's been no hard work put in.
How have they not? They were 30 years old. If they've never touched a racket, they've had to learn how to pick up a racket. The infant hasn't. Has the infant learned how to pick up a racket?
I
think you're still missing the point of hard work.
that argument. I don't. Okay.
I think you have to put work in, yes, but I don't know about hard work.
Hard work
okay,
hard work to win the tennis match.
Okay, but hard work is
Absolutely
all
not.
an opinion, though. Hard work is all an opinion. What hard work to you doesn't mean isn't hard work to me. It's not hard work to him. It's all different. Hard is just an opinion when you put hard in front of work.
Okay,
It is an opinion.
So let's back this up here. So, what hard work did that person have to do to win that tennis match?
I don't know. It's up to him to decide what that hard work is. Because what I do every day doesn't mean that it's hard work to you. You could think that it's easy work. Like,
Yeah,
and
that's my point.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what?
Is that I think that's what we're saying. Is that it's work, but not always hard work.
No,
The hard work is an opinion, though. It's
okay,
an
I'll
opinion.
say this right now. For me, personally, I have never once in my life played a game of what's a game I've never once played pickleball, let's say. And if I go and I beat a infant in pickleball, I would say that picking up that racket and hitting it is no hard work to me. I put no hard work in.
That's your opinion. I mean,
So, but I've put no, personally then, in my opinion, I've put no hard work in and I still won.
well,
So in that case, then it doesn't always take hard work.
to you, yeah. And to me, I could think that's hard work for you because you've never picked it up before.
Okay, but do you actually?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what his skill level is. Like that person. I just disagree. I think hard work is an opinion. I think everything
Yeah,
takes
sure,
work.
Sure.
I think everything takes work.
Yeah,
And-
we haven't been disputing that at all. We
and
agree.
When you win, you're putting your work to the test and getting a win. And that's a great feeling. That is my argument.
Going back, let's just stop the argument here because I want to get into that was number 2, right?
3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my number 2 is very similar to your number 3. So you do your number 2, then I'll go to my number 2, which I think.
Mine's close too to those guys.
Is it really hard work?
No.
Oh.
My number 2 is taking your socks off after a long day of work. It's a great feeling.
You know, instead, what I would put is taking my shoes off and then sliding those socks into a thing of sandals.
It's terrible.
I knew you were
dude.
gonna say that.
That's a good. Listen, when you just slide those off and put those bad boys in a thing
You're
of
ruining
sandals.
my number 2.
That's a good feeling.
No, you're-
That's
you're
satisfying.
horrible.
That's satisfying.
I agree.
All right. So my number 2, which goes very strongly with yours of winning, but it's going in a different direction. When might be more for us. I don't know how everybody at home is going to relate to this, but when you play a game like Werewolf or Secret Hitler or a game like that, and you just mentally dominate someone and treat them like a puppet without them knowing. What a feeling that is.
It's good.
When you're playing one of those games and you're just like, and you got someone like completely convinced, like, yeah, he's safe, he's innocent, I trust him.
Yeah.
And then at the end you can just be like, boom, I'm guilty, I was a bad guy the whole
Werewolf.
time, I was werewolf.
Yeah.
And then they're just seeing that look on their face like, wow, I just got beat, I just got played.
The thing that sucks about that, though, is that it ruins that game forever because then you're never trusted again.
And then you never
Ever.
trust anybody. You don't trust anyone, and that game ruins trust.
I mean, you never get trusted. I can't even play those games anymore because, like, yeah.
There's literally times where, like, and I know you're the worst to play with just because you are just, I don't want to say good, but, like, you are able to control people so easy, it seems. And I see right through it because I've played with you, but then everybody else around is like, oh, Logan's safe. But it's literally like, there are those times when it feels like you take a controller and plug it into them and you're just literally playing them. It's so awesome. What a feeling.
Great pick. My number 2 is putting on clothes right when they come out of the dryer. Right on your body, the warmth. It could be summer, winter, fall, spring. I don't care. Like that on my body. Good.
Going off that, what about sheets right out of the dryer? Put those on the bed.
Yeah, but I typically don't sleep in.
Sheets, me neither.
Well,
What?
That's not what I was gonna
Oh,
say.
I don't use sheets.
I don't. When I do that, I don't like sleep in them right when they're hot out the press.
I jump in right away
Typically.
just because I know what it's gonna feel like. So I jump in right away.
Maybe
I
I
wash
should.
them.
Maybe. And also with my sheets, I leave them in the dryer too long, so I never really get them out right on time. So they're never really warm and cozy. Okay, that was my number 2, and my number 1,
Number one's
taking your socks off at the end of the day.
wow.
Absolutely. Like right when you get home from work, right when you're in, like even when you're in bed. Like I like to be in bed and then take them off while I'm in bed and like throw them on the hamper, throw them on the floor.
I don't know if this is just personal, but I like when I'm like laying down and like I use like my one foot to take off the other sock and then like I use my toes to get off the best. I love it.
Having your toes free at the end of the day, like
It's a good
yeah,
one.
Absolutely.
It's a good
Hey,
one.
but the thing is though, is that that can't be a good feeling unless you're wearing socks.
Yeah.
So socks are great.
I
You said you don't wear socks.
don't like
Backtrack.
socks, but I mean I have to wear them. I don't like them.
Hey, that makes it maybe even better for you then.
That's why I love that feeling. It's number 2 on my list. I mean, it can't be number
It just
1.
said number.
It can't be.
Can I say I've read a lot, like I had to read things just to make sure I wasn't missing any good ones of like satisfying feelings and all that. And one that came up a lot that none of us could relate to was taking your bra off at the end of the
or
day.
makeup.
And I imagine the sock is very similar. Are you wearing a bra?
These milkers might have to. I hit chest really hard.
So for the female demographic, taking your bra off at the end, we're gonna say it. We can't relate, but taking your bra off at the end of the day, probably similar-ish to taking your socks off.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
It's great.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Whoa.
It's not the end of the day.
But I had a long day of work, and it makes
Actually,
it taste good.
to be fair, it is literally 11:59 right now. You cannot get more end of the day than this right now. You cannot get more end of the day.
Can't argue that one.
It's kind of the
When you ain't
perfect
wrong.
time.
Well, mine was. I guess mine. Does
End of
say-
the workday.
Mine does say at the end of not the end of the workday. Mine does say at the end of the day, but it was more or less when you're in bed,
Yeah.
ready for bed.
That's
but
fair.
Yeah.
that is crazy
Alright.
coincidence.
That is.
It's
crazy.
literally 11:59 right now. My number one. It's a pretty. I hope you guys can. I know you can relate, but I hope you can relate. It's super generic, super simple, and it covers a lot of bases here, and that's just drinking water. Listen, I'm gonna just a couple examples to knock them out. When you wake up at 3 a.m. and you go get that 3 a.m. water,
I think that's the most satisfying. One.
satisfying. When you're playing football and you're at practice and you're running drills all day in the hot summer sun, and then coach is like, okay, go get a drink, and you run over and it's like a hose that's been warmed by the sun, screwed into a pipe that has drills holes
Still
in it.
tastes good.
That's such a good feeling. Or at like Faster Horses, when you're in front row of the concert and you've been stuck up there all day, like in the sun, and you're just sitting there like, I'm so hot. This is another one, a lot of stress built up.
Yeah.
And then you're just sitting there and then someone's like, hey, I got a water. And he's like, just a sip of that. What a feeling. When you're really thirsty and you drink water, there is nothing better.
I think with his winning thing, I think there's sort of parameters to where like certain circumstances, at least for me, like that 2 a.m., 3 a.m. water, that might be the best water ever. Or when it's like a hot day and you're doing yard work or you're out on a workout or you're out at practice or something, that first sip of cold water that you get, that's good. And then the rest of it, like, I think just generalizing it with just drinking water.
Well, that's why I put like drinking water just so I can get that 3 a.m. or I guess drinking water when you're thirsty would be the best way to put it. But it's drinking water when you're obviously drinking water when you're just not thirsty isn't that great. But when you're really thirsty, there's nothing better. And it's the same way with like if you can have taken your socks off at the end of the day, that's like taking your socks off first thing in the morning isn't that great. But when you do it at the end of the day, or when you drink the water at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
there
was
is-
saying.
there-
That's why I specified, and that's why I was saying like.
Yeah, thank you. There are parameters set, but it's when you're really thirsty.
Okay, yeah, that adds up.
Personally, I mean, I would rather drink like anything but water. I'm not a big water fan. I mean, like, I will have a glass of water. So don't take me as saying I don't like water as, oh, you're a hypocrite because you don't really drink water
You better
still.
not drink any more water.
Yeah,
in front
exactly. That's
of me
what
ever.
I'm waiting. But I just prefer like other drinks. Like I love these vitamin waters. Like they're
Vitamin
good.
what?
You're terrible.
It says water, so if that's
I mean, if that counts, then yeah, I agree with
Vitamin
If this is what
water.
counts, then go for it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree though. Like when like you are super thirsty,
Yeah, it's
nothing is better than a cold drink, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Factual.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for this one.
my number one, it's I think personal, but because I go on the road a lot and I travel and I have long days and like I'm always doing stuff, so I'm not home a lot until like late at night, or days on end. So to me, nothing feels better and is more satisfying than coming home and seeing your dog's reaction to seeing you. There's just nothing better. Like I absolutely love it. Like having them like meet me at the door, jumping all over, like smiling, tongue out, like, hey, Sam, I missed you.
They say that?
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Literally word for word, like, Sam. I think Echo's thinking that in her head. She's pretty stupid, but no, I just love it. I love seeing them. And, like, even, like, when I get to pull up in my Jeep, like, when I go home later, I'm going to pull up in my Jeep. They're going to hear me. They're going to know that I'm there, and I got a front window, and they're both going to pop their little head, like, around the little corner, like, of the drape, and be like, oh, there he is. And then all of a sudden, I walk to the door, and I just hear scratching and clawing at the door, like, please come inside, we miss you. It's the greatest feeling to me.
I'm a little upset because, like, I thought of that, and I wanted to put it on my... I already had my list, like, I was like... Because it took me a lot of work to get my list set, and I had it set, and then I thought of that, and it almost doesn't even seem fair. Like, I didn't want to... it would have been my number one, but I didn't want to put it up there and knock everything else down. Because it doesn't even feel, like, satisfying. It feels like a whole different feeling. It's a great feeling. I love it.
To me, it's the best feeling
But
ever.
I should have put it on my... I'm upset that you did. I wish you didn't, just because...
Now you feel like a bad pet owner?
No, not even that. Because that would have been my number one, but now
Yeah.
I was hoping that none of us would have it just so it wouldn't count, you know?
Yeah, I love when Stella comes and thinks that I'm you.
Little Stella, yeah. Well, she's blind, so
Yeah,
it
it's
happens.
fine. I just pretend to talk like you, and she doesn't even know. the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a dog to my own. Like, you have your two dogs, and then you have your dog. My dogs are like family dogs, so like I don't really have that. And I'm also like I go back to school all the time, so I don't really have that personal connection. So I don't really understand.
I think what's great about it though is when like you're having that bad day, but you
Ah.
get home and you just feel happier.
Yeah, you just feel like, these guys, they got my back. Like, they love me.
You could be stressed about something, but
Yeah.
then you look at them and they're like just got done eating their own poop or something. You know, their dog licking their balls or
Or
whatever.
a bunny. Dude, funny story is, Megan saw them, like, eating the snow. Yeah, they weren't eating the snow. They
Snow
were...
turned red.
Yeah, they were playing with a dead corpse of a bunny. Because the next day I go out there and I'm like, well, I'm making my breakfast. I'm looking through the kitchen window and I look and I see Echo. She's just playing with something that has 2 ears. I'm like, we don't have any stuffed animals that has 2 ears. Well, I like walked out there. I'm like, Echo, what are you doing? She just looks at me like with her stupid face. It's got a bunny just hanging from it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
All of his stuffed animals have 3 ears.
No, they just don't have ears.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't have any that have ears. They all have like ropes and stuff.
But they don't have a care in the world. So
No, it's
see,
the
that
best.
makes you
Yeah.
happy. All right, let's
I
do
love
honorable mentions then.
I'll go.
I got a lot, so I'm just gonna read through my list and you guys tell me what you think.
How
You go
many?
first though.
Number one, smell of a bookstore.
Dude, good one.
Second one, turning to the exact page in a textbook or book in school.
That's a good one too. That's really good.
And then last one is solving a really long, complex math problem to the exact right answer.
I hate math, so no. You lost me there.
I like math. I've been out of it for like a couple years, so I don't really like want to do complex. I always feel bad.
Just
I
like
don't
when we
have it.
did, like in, what was it, pre-calc 2 or whatever, algebra 2 and all that stuff, and we had to do those long equations and stuff, and you just did it, and it
Yeah,
super good.
that was nice.
And then my other ones, I guess. Oh no, you guys go.
You go, and then I'll do my whole list, and then you can finish off with anything.
When you
else.
open up a fresh jar of peanut butter,
The smooth
the
top,
smoothness.
yeah.
I mean, the first spoonful is amazing. I love it. Second one is full tank of gas.
I have that.
You feel powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
The reason it didn't make my list was because it was like it's only there for just a split second.
Yeah.
Just because as soon as you get back on the road, you're like,
It's gone.
I'm wasting it now.
But you feel like
no, you're right. You
like,
are right.
I
It
can
was
do
it was
anything.
teetering on my list
Yeah.
for so long.
And then when you put the USB in on the first try.
Yeah, what a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost made my list. I like
The
it.
USB.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the USB on the first try. Like when it goes in on the first try.
Or like the charger on the outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a USB. Yeah,
Not looking.
I mean, you could use
Behind
it
your
for a
bed.
lot of things.
that's a great feeling.
Yeah. USB.
Absolutely, you could.
All right, I'm gonna run through my list. You guys let me know what you think of all of them. Okay, so first you were talking about gas. I'm talking when you stop the gas right at the number that you want to end it.
I've never done that.
You've never done. There was one
I always
time-
try, but it's never exact.
There was one time that I was like, I mean, sometimes you have to like toy with it a little bit.
Well, I think in my life, every time I fill up gas, I fill it up all the way.
Yeah.
So I've never like been like, I'm only gonna do 10. I rarely ever do that.
Like there was one time I was like, I'm gonna put $20 in right now, and then I like forgot about it, got in my car, and was like on my phone. I was like, oh, I gotta do this, and I run out and I grab it, and as soon as I grabbed it, it was 20. I literally like looked around like to see if like there was
Anybody else see
someone
this?
watching me. Like it was what a feeling.
I saw that I saw that on a bunch of like lists and things, and I was like, it's just unrelatable to me.
What a great feeling.
I mean, I definitely try to do that, but I don't like aim for like 10. I will usually just put my card in, like I know how many gallons it goes up to, so I
Yeah,
just try
I
to
don't
stop.
even know that.
Let's see what else we got. Filling up a cup with exactly what's left. So like if you got like a thing of orange juice or something, you fill it up and you can like empty it in there and it's a full cup. That's perfect. Finishing a big project you have. Let's see what else we got. Finding diamonds in Minecraft.
It's a good one. That's the best.
Nailing a shot in disc golf. Waking
I
up.
haven't been there
Hitting
yet.
those chains.
Can't relate.
Maybe not like an ace, but just like a good putt.
Yeah, I
Nice
haven't been
putt.
there yet. Can't relate.
Waking up on a snow day and seeing your school's name come across the bottom of the news.
I almost think it's more satisfying when they cancel it, because they're starting to do this more. Cancel it the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
I like waking up that morning and just sitting there like, oh, is it gonna happen? Are we
I
gonna go
agree
to
with
school?
you.
I think because then you can like we had that when we were kids, like we could have like stayed up till like 2 playing game, but I had to
Yeah,
like
stay the night at people's
I-
houses,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I had to go to bed at like 10 because I
Yeah.
thought I had to go to school in the morning. It was a toss up.
And let's see.
But that is a good one.
The last one I got on here. Oh, this one very personal, or not? I guess not personal, but like you guys probably won't relate. It's when you're so I play NCAA 12 football a lot, and I do the dynasty mode with the recruiting. And if anyone's played that, when you see that plus 5,000 pop up, that means that the guy committed, and it's the best feeling in the world. Because like it's like a score thing. So like if you do something like you get like 75 points, and then you do another thing, you get more points. But when you offer him a scholarship and you see plus 5,000, you wouldn't get it. But it's such a great feeling.
I thought you were gonna say
you
in Mario
did.
Baseball when you like time the pitch up perfectly and it's a fastball.
And it goes, pew, 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 camera angles and out of the
No.
park.
Not
That's
the
great.
not the like power up moves, but like when you hold A long enough and you release it just at the right time,
Yeah.
and then it like goes faster. Or on a swing you connect with a pure one.
Yeah, and
Or-
sometimes when you do that though, and it just goes like, then like the camera angles get wild, and then it goes like way out of the park, and like you know it's gone. That's a great. You're right. That is a great.
Or
feeling.
Mario Kart when you like and like the 3, 2, 1 and you're like pressing A
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you get
Nail
the
it.
turbo boost perfectly.
Good feeling. Good feeling.
Or Super Strikers when you actually hit the special kick that's worth 2.
Oh,
The one.
no, that just
feeling-
makes me mad. Actually, I don't like that.
The one feeling that I think we all did forget is when you don't study for a test and you go in there, you take the test, you're expecting it to be terrible, and you come out and it's like a grade you're accepting. You're like, heck yeah, you got an A.
I was
Like,
thinking when the test gets delayed and pushed back another day, but I like that better.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it. You don't study, you have no idea what's going on. You read it, you're like, man, I failed this, and then you walk out and you got a good grade on it.
Happened
Maybe
to me
it's
a
a
lot.
curve. It happens there's probably a curve from the teacher, but it feels good. It's a good
It
one.
happened a lot in Spanish. Those were just guesses.
Other ones on my list was power washing something.
Oh, good feeling.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just getting everything off, and then screaming Kobe as you throw something and making it.
On the first try.
Yeah,
Nice.
just it was a toss up between that and like swishing a basketball, just because the sound of the swish is like amazing. But the idea of like crumpling up a piece of paper in school and just screaming Kobe and like rest in peace, like and making it like I don't have to get up.
Dude.
Like, and that's like part of it is like I can just stay where I'm at, throw it, and I look so cool.
And from the flip side, you pull all of that attention to yourself when you say it. So then if you miss, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
But then when you make it and everyone sees, it's like,
Yeah. What?
oh, that guy. He's that guy.
I do that to this day at work. When I wash my hands with paper towels, I like give him a little 2-step, and be like Kobe, and if I make it, I'm like, he was with me on that one. And if I miss it, R.I.P. Kobe, he wasn't with me. You always gotta give it up to him.
Always. If you ever miss, he's just somewhere helping someone else. make
Yeah,
it.
he wasn't there for the assist on that one, but
Hey, so it's quality. That was a very satisfying cream of the crop.
Knife feeling, I'd say.
It was a good cream, I'd say.
Yeah.
No pun.